Hello and welcome to the Scale Your Sewing Business Summit. My name is Laura Onigode, and it's my pleasure to have you join me today. And I would love for us to have a very wonderful time of learning and interaction and growth, I hope. As you join me, I would love for you to drop your name in the chat, tell me your location, and tell us a bit about what you do and your expectations from this summit and also from this training. And if you have questions, please go right ahead and ask, and I'll attend to them as soon as possible. My name is Laura Onigode. I'm a fashion designer. I'm also a fashion business coach, and I am the ready to wear boss. I started my sewing business a long time ago as a teenager on the university campus because I loved beautiful clothes and I wanted to wear them. And I discovered that the easiest way to get them was to make them. So I taught myself to sew, and then I began to make clothes and wear. And my friends were so excited when they saw me wearing those clothes that they began to request for me to make them. And that was how my business was born on the university campus so many years ago. But it transited from a hobby, like I've told you. I never actually set out to set up a business. I just wanted to make clothes for myself. So there was no structure, there was no form to it, and it got very frustrating along the line. And it got to a point where my passion almost died because of the stress that was involved with running it. Until I had a timely intervention, I came across this Goldman Sachs 10,000 Women Business course. And as I went through that course, I began to see the loopholes in my business. And I also started, applying the lessons I was learning. And it made a tremendous change and the stress reduced. And so as a result of that, today I coach fashion business owners, especially women in fashion business, because my desire is to help fashion designers to build a business with structure so that they can build a six-figure business that will be profitable to enable them to create wealth and live the life of their dreams. And I believe that this is possible. So I teach designers and fashion business owners to start a business confidently and to also grow it to six figures or even more. So as we go along, I hope you learn a thing or two from my story today and from my training, and you'll be able to apply it and make a difference. So my mission here today is to give clarity to this topic. You know, Marketing is a very essential part of a business, although a lot of times fashion designers do not know this. So I am hoping that at the end of this training, I would have demystified the uh, the the notion of marketing and also influential marketing, and that I would have helped everyone who is attending this training to get an understanding of what it is and how they can use it to uh, take their business from whatever level they are today to the next level. So please kindly go along with me, and I hope you have an open mind to, take in new information. There might be things I'll be saying today that you've never heard before, but I tell you that you're in a good place. At the end of the day, you'll be better off for having attended this training and this summit. I'd like to start with definitions because definitions give clarity. So definitions are very essential, and I know that some of the things that we are going to be talking about today might be, a bit different from what you are used to. So I'll start by bringing some clarity to some of the words that we're going to be using. So the first word I want us to define is business, and business I would like to define as a person's work, occupation, or trade. A person's work, a person's occupation or trade. And I also would like to define hobby as an activity that one enjoys doing in one's spare time. And there's a reason why I'm bringing these two definitions together. And I want to go ahead to compare the two. A business and a hobby, they are very two different things, although we might not have thought about it in this light. So a hobby is something that you do for enjoyment. So, and it's usually born out of talent. Maybe you find that you are very creative naturally and you find it easy to make things, and then you decided, I would like to learn to make clothes. So a hobby is something that comes out of talent and is usually driven by a passion, and the end result usually is the enjoyment. Once you have created that thing, you're happy and you want to show it off and you want to use it, and that is that. But a business, on the other hand, is usually as a result of a dream or a vision, and is driven by the plan that you have to reach your vision or your dream. And the end point should be profit. When you are doing business, you should have profit. And that is where the problem is with most of us and how we run our fashion businesses. We are running the business, but we are not inclined towards profit. And so we are not really having an expectation. And once you don't have an expectation, you don't even know when you have gotten to that point. But I'm hoping that at the end of this training, you have a rethink and you begin to see your business in a different light. So the next word I want us to look at is scaling. What is scaling? Scaling can be defined as as climbing, an act of climbing, a means of ascending. So in other words, scaling is taking your business to the next level. So taking your business from wherever it is to the next level is known as scaling. So if you are here today and after I've started on this note, you are thinking, am I really running a business or am I running a hobby? I want to tell you that you're in a good place because you can scale your hobby into a business. Remember my story? I started as a hobby, but today I have a business. So if you have a hobby today, I want to tell you that the good news is you can scale up that hobby into a business. And if you, on the other hand, have already a business and you know that your business already is a business, you can still scale it to the next level. So your small business can be scaled into a bigger business and your big business can be scaled into a mega business. So wherever you are, you're in a good place, you have the possibility of scaling. So scaling is since we say that scaling is ascending and taking to the next level, the question is, what do you need to scale a business? And I want to tell you that the beginning point is the change of the mindset. You have to begin to think of your business as a business and no longer as a hobby. That is a change of the mindset because victory or success is gotten from the mind. It starts from the mind. The mind is where the battle is fought and won. So you need to change your mindset. That's the first point. Begin to think like a business instead of a hobby. And then next, you need to develop a vision. And then you work at a plan on how to get to your goal. And when you do all of this, then you can effectively scale your business. So the things I want you to think about is first, your mindset needs to change. Then you need to develop a vision and a plan. And then when you pursue these things with other factors, there are so many other factors that will be needed. You need persistence, you need drive, you need hard work, you need to be determined, you need to, maybe build a team. So when you do all these things over time, you will end up scaling your business effectively. I like to drop a quote here, and the quote says, think big, start small, then scale or fail fast. So this is the reality, friends. You need to have, your mindset needs to expand for you to scale. So you think big, even if you are starting small, think big. Then the next thing is you scale or you fail fast because your business should not remain at the same level indefinitely. If you have a business that is crawling, like we'll say, if a child is supposed to develop at a particular rate and a child is not developing at that rate, a parent needs to be concerned. So it is with your business. If your business is not growing, you need to be concerned. But the issue is, as long as you are willing to, make amendments to your plans and to work at doing something different, I assure you that over time you are going to get results. The only problem is if you are stuck in one place and you are satisfied with it. And I hope that is not the case with any of us here. We don't want businesses that are feeble. We don't want businesses that are weak. We don't even want businesses that are dying. So it is left to you, especially as the owner of the business. The success of your business rests with you. You are the greatest asset that your business has. And you can decide to make a change and to ensure that that change brings about a transformation. So unfortunately, most fashion businesses lack a vision and a plan, and they are very key to the success of a business. Most people, and I don't, the issue here is this is actually the reality. Most people never plan to become fashion designers. Maybe necessity, made it that way. And a lot of us, maybe some people started as a result of necessity. Let me expand. You finish school, you don't have a job yet, and you started to learn a trade, and you learned a trade, and then you started a business. Or somebody, you got married, and then you are looking for something that is convenient for you to start with your family, and then you start a sewing business. So there are so many reasons why people start, but they don't start with a vision because there was no deliberateness, there was no intentionality. But you can change at any point when you realize that you are not on the right track. That's what I want to tell you today. At any point when it becomes obvious to you that, what you have is not what it's supposed to be, you can make a change. So let me just start by addressing some misconceptions about business because these are very critical. There are some misconceptions that people generally have about business. Number one, a lot of people think that having a business plan, I've been talking of a business plan. Some people feel having a business plan is difficult to achieve, that the business plan is hard to create. They're like, I don't know how to create a business plan. How do I create a business plan? Who's going to help me create a business plan? So the truth is, it doesn't have to be complicated. And as a business coach, I teach what I call an easy business plan. And basically, what you need to do that is just to get a paper and a pen to try and imagine where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow. And then try to fix the dot in between. What do you need to get you to where you want to be tomorrow? You just write it down in your own simple ways, in the way you understand it. Like, how many sewing machines do you need to do? Okay, maybe you can start with maybe like your income. I want to earn 100,000 a month. What do I need to earn that 100,000 a month? How many jobs do I need to get to earn that 100,000 a month? How many hours do I need to invest in my business to get that? How many hands do I need to get that? How many machines do I need? By the time you break it down, how many efforts and marketing do I need? By the time you break all of that down and you write it down and you begin to work at it, you already have a business plan. So a business plan is not rocket science, and a business plan does not have to be complicated. Then number two misconception, people feel that money is what is keeping them from starting or scaling their business. 9 out of 10 times when you ask business owners what is stopping them from doing what they need to do, they'll tell you it's money. And I keep saying, no, money is not the problem, really. If you have a good plan, you'll find the money. I have discovered that from my own personal experience. Once you are so invested in getting something done, your mind will begin to expand and you begin to come up with solutions that you don't even know exist. Think about it. Think about a time in your life where things were hard and something came true. How did you get to that point? I tell you, usually it's your drive and your desire that takes you there, not necessarily money that you had. You might not even have it, but you begin to think, okay, maybe I can get this through this means. I can get that. Maybe I don't even need the money for this. Maybe I need this. That is it. Money is not what is keeping you. What you need is a strong enough desire for success, and then other things will fall into place. And the number three misconception I'd like to address is some people just feel that if I just make the clothes, it will sell, that I don't need to have to plan how to market it. It will just sell. Let me just make clothes. Or we just think in a vacuum. I'll make clothes and then I'll sell. My dear friends, my dear fashion designers, as you are planning on how to make the clothes, begin to plan how to sell. Ask yourself, who are you going to sell to? Ask yourself, where are they? Ask yourself, how do you reach them? Ask yourself, how do you keep getting to them until they take notice of you? So you need to have a definite plan on how to sell. And that plan is one of the things that we're talking about in this training today. So a marketing plan is very important for your business to succeed. And most businesses do not create one. They don't create one. They don't even think about it. They don't even know it exists. They are ignorant of the fact that there's something known as a marketing plan. But I hope that your case will be different today, that you realize that in your business you need something known as a marketing plan. You need to have a plan on how to sell whatever you're selling so that you can make the profit for your business. So a marketing plan is a document that lays out your marketing strategy for the next 1 year, the next quarter or month. You decide. You can decide. I want to make a marketing plan for a month. I want to make for a quarter. I want to make for a year. It all rests with you. So, but it's a document that it outlines the strategy. What is the strategy that you're going to use to get there? So there are different types of marketing strategies, and influencer marketing is one of them. The main thing we are talking about today, influencer marketing, is a marketing strategy. I hope that makes it clearer. So marketing plan is not a mystery. Influencer marketing is one of it. And by the time we are done with this training, I want to assure you that you know better how to use influencer marketing in your business. So other types of marketing strategies that you can consider are the word of mouth, which is the usual one we do. You start a business, you tell somebody, I'm now so they come and patronize you. Or relationship marketing, go to your friends and family like I did at the beginning. They saw me wearing it, they liked it, they started. Relationship marketing is very, very valid and is still very, very effective. And you can also do content marketing on social media. You can use email marketing, get an email list, and then over time you send people emails. Maybe when you come up with a new collection, you send your contacts emails to tell them what is available. Most stores use that to tell people about their new products that are in the market. You can also use paid advertising and so many other types of marketing strategies that actually exist. So let's key in on our topic for today, which is the influencer marketing. So influencer marketing is a form of marketing in which the focus is placed on influencers or individuals that have influence over potential buyers rather than the target market as a whole. So you key in on influencers, people who have, an influence over the people you want to buy from you. That is what influencer marketing is about. So influencer marketing is a type of social media marketing that uses endorsements and product mentions from influencers. Those influencers are individuals who have dedicated social following and are viewed as experts within their niche. And talking about endorsement is very powerful. It's like somebody who has influence talks about you, and then of course it like puts you on the spotlight. The first time I saw the power of this was back in the day when Oprah Winfrey used to have a show, and each time she mentions a business, she mentions a book, she mentions something of repute, suddenly you see everything rallying around it. And that way she made a lot of people famous. She made a lot of businesses famous. She set people up in a lot of ways with that. So endorsement, you just need somebody of influence to talk about you, to talk about your business, and then a difference can come as a result. So influence is the power to affect, to control or manipulate something or someone, the ability to change the development of fluctuating things such as conduct, thoughts or decisions. So when somebody has the power to change any of these things, that person is known as an influencer. A person who exerts such power, who can control people, who can control people's decisions, who can manipulate people's decisions, that person is known as an influencer. So I hope you are getting value from this training so far. I hope you are getting good value. And I would like to encourage you that as I'm going along, if you have questions, please drop. If you have comments, go right ahead. Drop me some emojis. I love emojis. Go right ahead. Let's interact. And as soon as I'm done, I'll come back and attend to your questions. So the next thing is there are categories of influencers. There are those who are known as nano influencers, those who have less than 10,000 followers on social media are known as nano influencers. There's micro influencers, those who have between 10,000 and 100,000 followers. And then we have the macro or the celebrities, those who have 100,000 followers and above. Isn't that amazing? The different categories. And these are actually very interesting categories. So influencer marketing actually has been around for a long time. In fact, history has it that it can go right back as the Roman Empire or the medieval age. So it's been there for a long time. People have used influence to market things. So it's not just new, but it's just like you know how it is. Social media has brought a new flavor and has changed things in a lot of ways. So today we have the effect of social media on influencer marketing. And I'm sure if you think back, you can remember even from the television era, there were those times when you saw adverts on television. I remember when we were much younger and Pepsi and used Michael Jackson as their brand ambassador. It was such a big deal, and usually when those things happen, everybody just flocks to that brand. So it's been around for a very, very long time. So the next question is, why should you use it? Why should you use it? And I want to tell you that it has the potential of transforming your business. It can have a remarkable effect on your business. People have seen their business go around overnight because of an influence. I have read things like that where somebody mentions someone and then you just see that that business transforms and it's never the same again. So it has the ability to transform your business. So you should think about it and take it seriously. So some benefits of influencer marketing are you can attract more potential customers. And the word keyword here is potential. The truth is people who come into the knowledge of your business as a result of an influencer might not patronize you immediately, but they have become a potential customer. And over time, only God knows how much how they will patronize you. So the fact that they've come to know about your business and they did not patronize you today, you should not be discouraged. Tomorrow might be the day that they might be ready for you. So it attracts more potential customers. It can also increase your sales because if more people buy from you, you have sales. And it saves your time because it's like a journey of 1,000 miles that you are waiting to take over 10 months. You can take it in a week because of influencer marketing. More and more people can know about your business within a short frame of time as a result of influencer marketing. So that way, it saves you time. It also increases your visibility because if an influencer, keys in on your work or your business, it will make more people it will put more eyeballs on your business. So visibility will increase for you, and it can be cost effective in the long term in that you might spend a lot of money as it may seem at a point, but the long-term effect is that your business will, gain from the effect and can tend to be cost effective. So how can you use influencer marketing to scale your sewing business? You may be asking me, yes, influencer marketing is good, but how does it apply? Let's move on as we see how you can actually do it in practice. So number one thing you need to do is you need to identify the product you want to market. Identify it. So here is the thing. You might be a fashion designer and you might be sewing different things, but it will not be advisable for you to do the marketing for all of them all at once, you know. And actually, this is where specialization is very important. So you might decide to key in on one of your products or a few of your products that you want to market at that point. So first, you identify that one product or that product that you want to market and you work at creating it if you don't already have it. Maybe it all of a sudden became obvious to you that a particular kind of outfit is what people are rushing for now and you want to key into it. That's a good place to start. And the next thing is you need to study your target buyers. The people you want to market to, study them and understand them. Know what they want, know how they want it, know when they want it. If the people you want to target are people who buy occasionally, know the occasions where they want to buy so that you can target your campaign for that period. For example, if they are the kind of people that buy at the end of the month and you go and get your influencer to market for you at the beginning of the month or the middle of the month, you might lose some time. So you can time it for that end of the month when you know that they'll be ready to buy. Because the reality is people buy at different times, depending on the kind of audience you have. So understand them, understand what they want, understand when they want it, so that you can target them at the right time to get the best out of your marketing campaign. And the next thing is if you are using social media, you need to understand how social media works. And you also need to do your groundwork. Because if you are waiting for an influencer to turn everything around overnight and you don't do anything on your own part, you might actually miss out. Because there's so much that an influencer can do. They can actually just build up on what you already have going. If you don't have anything going, it might be hard. So first, understand how social media works so that you can key in on the effect of social media and then have it smoother sailing by the time you get an influencer to work with you. And you it's essential that you have social proof that you are trustworthy, that you're not scamming or you don't look like a scammer. Buying online is something that people are very skeptical about because of there's so many reasons. People have heard all the stories. So if you want to go into a situation where you are marketing and the possibility exists that you're going to sell online, make sure you have social proof so that when people come to patronize you, they can be sure that at the end of the day, they're going to get what they bought. You can maybe have testimonials, post reviews, and things like that to help people, develop confidence in your business before the influencer comes in to build up on what you have. Because we've had situations where influencers have had bad cases. I know there was this situation in recent times when an influencer was like, she had to even write a bold disclaimer because she was like, there's so much she can do when she's trying to verify, is somebody that wants to use her to influence. And then when the business goes sour, people now come and blame the influencer. So the influencer might not want to put themselves on the line for you. So you need to have social proof to help you sell your market. Then work on visibility by having good content, like have a pre-launch or pre-campaign thing that you will do to build your visibility. Let it not be that your page has been dead for 6 months, you've never posted, then suddenly out of the blues, you now bring an influencer. It might not work well for you. So make sure as you are planning towards the time when you're going to bring that influencer, maybe some weeks before the time the influencer is going to market for you, you are already building up, you have warmed up the place, you've built up content. People are excited about your content so that when that one comes, it will just ignite. So don't leave your page or your place fallow and then think an influencer is coming to transform things without an effort for you. And then if you have done all of this, then the next thing is you need to identify the right influencer for your target buyers. You need to have the right influencer. There are different types of influencers, and people have different types of influence or control. So which one is the best one for your target audience is a question you need to address that will help you to be able to get the result that you want. Remember, you're looking for results, and it's only when you have the right combination that you will have the results that you desire. So you need to identify the right type of influencer. And how can you do this? I've stipulated some criteria that you can use. One, their personality and their style. Does it tally with the personality and style that will appeal to your target audience? Does it tally with them? If you are maybe like a boo designer and you go and get Tiwa Savage to come and influence for you, is it going to sell? She's somebody who is known to wear clothes that fit her body. So why don't you get somebody that wears the kind of clothes that will appeal to your audience so that when they wear it, it will be very obvious that this is the right person and I want to be like this person. If this person is patronizing this business and then I want to patronize too. So think about their personality and their style. They can think about their age, their preferences, things that make them stand out so that if it will flow with your audience. Then the number two thing is relevance. What they represent, their expertise, is it relevant to your business? And the example I like to give here is someone like Naija Brand Chief. I've heard her say something like she cannot influence a fashion brand. So if you as a fashion brand want an influencer and you want Naija Brand Chic, the only thing she might be able to do for you is to do a mention. She can mention your business and it will help you. But if it is to wear the clothes, it might not really be the thing that she would like to do. So you have to look at the person's relevance and their expertise and see whether it tallies with what you want to achieve. And then the next thing is look at their reach, their level of engagement, and the medium that they use. Their reach, are they people that, some people can have lots of followers and they don't have, the reach is not much because they are not maybe, I don't know, very active online too, or they don't have enough engagement that will pull the crowd to your product, or the medium they're using is the wrong medium. Somebody who is popular on Instagram and you want to go and do promo on Facebook, will people on Facebook know the person? So the medium is also important, and you also need to know the medium that your target audience patronize so that you make sure it's the kind of medium that your influencer is using. So those are some of the things that you can use to try and trim through the various influencers that you come across to come up with the one that will work for you. I've heard people say I paid an influencer and I didn't work. And in fact, you can even hear the annoyance in their tone when they are saying writing those things. I paid an influencer, I didn't work. But the reality is, did you check if it was the right fit? It might not just be that the influencer was ineffective. It might just be that it was not the right fit. for your business. So, next thing, have a sales goal or target. If you're using an influencer, there must be a target, there must be a goal that you want to achieve. Is it that you want more people to know about your business? Is it that you want to make more sales? Whatever it is, make sure you have something definite so that you can measure results and say, yes, I got there, or I got close, I did not get there. If you don't have a goal, then you will not even know if anything happened. So it's very essential that you have a goal, you have a target, you have something that you're looking forward to at the end of that campaign. And then the next thing I want you to think about is be ready to pay for the service if necessary. And there's a reason why I said this, be ready if necessary. Because you might get an influencer to influence for you for free. It happens. Maybe you are connected and linked to somebody of influence who will influence for you for free. Or you have just a unique opportunity for somebody to influence for you without paying. It can happen. But when you know that this is what you want, you should also be ready to pay for it. Don't expect that people will do this kind of work for you for free. In fact, if somebody offers to do it for you for free and they've done it once, next time, please offer to pay. So, how can an influencer market your brand? There are various ways. Number one, they can buy from you. I saw a post recently of somebody who was so happy that Chimamanda Adichie wore her clothes at an event, and uh, she just bought her clothes. You know, Chimamanda patronizes Nigerian designers a lot. She just bought the clothes and wore it, and she was so excited and all of that. So, if you are very good at what you do, somebody of influence can buy your clothes and wear. They can buy them and wear without you paying them anything extra, and that can sell your market very well. Then the number two is they can model for you and you pay them for modeling for you, or you have an agreement. I know some celebrities have agreements where they work for people, and maybe they don't necessarily pay them in cash, you know. So you can have that, or you can have someone mention you, like I mentioned earlier. Someone mention you. They don't have to wear what you are creating. They just talk about you. They mention your page. They mention your handle, and that can just cause an influx of traffic to your business that can lead to sales and visibility and much more. So there are various ways an influencer can help your business, and these are some of it. I would like to quickly state here that influencer marketing is not a magic wand. It is not a magic wand. So that we don't think that, yes, the moment I get an influencer, I'm just going to blow overnight, I'm going to hammer, and that's all. Remember what I've said over this time. You need to have done some groundwork. You need to have done some basic foundation before they can come and build on it. Don't expect an influencer to, if you don't even have a product that is worthwhile, do you think an influencer will be interested? So that's the starting point. You need to have a good product. And then you need to have created some presence online if you are using social media. And then an influencer will come and build up on what you already have. So it's not a magic one. It can actually cause a tremendous transformation, but it needs work. It needs work on your part. It needs work. Even if somebody is influencing for you, you need to do your own homework. You need to do your own work. So have that in mind, that an influencer is going to build up on what you already have, not what does not exist. Something needs to be on ground for an influencer to come and build up. And as I begin to conclude, I'll leave you with this last piece of advice. And my advice is this: ultimately, work at building your own influence. As a fashion designer, work at building your influence so that you can have the kind of influence that your business needs to keep going forward. And I'd like to share my own personal experience here. I started my building my online presence about 2 years ago. I remember when I opened my business page, I was on a coaching program, and my coach encouraged us to start a business page. I didn't even know what it was. I just started. I remembered the first 2,500 followers I got. I can't even tell you how I got it. It just happened. I invited people, and incidentally, I didn't even have too much followers on my profile because before then I was very selective about accepting friendship requests. But somehow by magic, I just saw that I had 2,500 followers. I was not even doing any effort. I knew I did some boosting of posts those initial days. Although people say don't boost posts, don't boost posts. I did some, but not much. Then after that, I began to become more deliberate. I started working on building my my business page. I became consistent. I was always there posting. I posted. I discovered what my audience liked, and I started doing that consistently. In fact, this year I set a target for myself about the number of followers that I wanted to have, and I just clocked 48,000 followers. So I'm in the range of a micro influencer now, and I hope that before the year runs out, I'll raise that number to 50,000. That's my goal, that I'll get up to 50,000 followers before the end of 2022. And if I do succeed, maybe by next year, who knows how far we can go. But apart from that, is the fact that because I've been consistent, engagement has increased on my page. People have asked for me to post for them, and they've been able to make sales as a result of posting for them, and so on and so forth. So I started without thinking that it was something that I needed to do. But over time, it became obvious. In fact, I got to a point where I was like, just keep building your audience, just keep building. One day, things will become clearer. So, as a business owner, set up that business page. If you are using your profile, work on your profile. Make sure you have a profile that is attractive. I have seen a lot of people do business, and when you go to their page, you cannot even tell what they are doing. There's no idea of what they are doing because there's no connection between what they say they are doing and their page. If you are using social media, use it for your own uh, benefit. And one of the ways is optimize your page. Optimize your page. Let your page have information that links people to what you do. Your bio data, let it reflect. Have a pinned post that says what you do and can point people to what you do. Make sure that from time to time, post things that connect you to what you do. That way, it will be easier for you to grow and build your audience. So, dear friends, I'm so glad you joined me and you stayed on with me to this point. I'm so excited and I hope you've gotten value. And I want you to remember to keep the comments and the questions coming. Drop them in the comments, and I am going to attend to them very soon. And I hope you've had a time of value. And as I round up, I'd like to appreciate the convener of this summit, my sister Funke Oyende. Thank you, sis, for inviting me to be a part of the summit. And I hope that we'll be able to continue to forge this kind of relationships in the future. And thank you everyone who has been a part of this training. I appreciate each and every one of you. I know time is very precious in our world today. So for you to spend time to listen to this training, I hope it has been worth your while, and I hope that the lessons you've learned, you'll be able to apply it. And if you need to connect with me, you can connect with me on my social media handles. On Facebook, I am Laura Onibote. On Instagram, I'm Laura Onibote too. And on YouTube, I am the Ready to Wear Boss. And if you have any questions after this time and you want to ask, please connect with me on any of these pages or any of these links, and I'll be glad to respond. And yes, it's a wrap. We're at the end of this training. It's a wrap, and I'll be coming into the chat to look at the questions and the thoughts right away to answer your questions. So thank you once again, and God bless you.